Hi everyone, I'm going to talk about significant numbers and also the correct way to express your answers in physics and also about some graphs. Firstly, I'm going to talk about significant numbers. Significant numbers are just a way to know which numbers makes a difference in calculating or presenting your answers. I'll be going through some rules first which will really make you understand how this whole concept applies. So firstly, any digit that is not 0 is always significant. For example, 8, 9, 7, 6. I repeat, any digit that is not 0 is always significant. The second rule is that 0 is significant when it's between other digits. For example, 205 or 705 or 605. You get it. Because clearly 205 is not same as 25. And 705 is not same as 75. So you have to take the 0 significant in this case. Thirdly, if there's a decimal point, then any trailing zeros are significant numbers. Trailing zeros are just zeros which comes after the non-digit number. For example, 700.00, this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 significant figures because there's 4 zeros that comes after 7, and these are called trailing zeros, and these trailing zeros are significant when there's a decimal point present. So clearly it has 4 zeros, and also we also count 7 as one significant number, so it's 5 significant numbers. Same goes to 90.7600. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 significant numbers. The two zeros that comes after 7 and 6 are significant, and the 0 that comes after 9 is also significant. These trailing zeros might seem unnecessary at first glance, but they confirm the precision of the number. 90.7600 also means that the precision of this measuring device is nearest to 4 decimal points. I think you get this idea. For example, if I say 1.00000, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 trailing zeros and one significant number, and one which is also a significant number. So there is 6 significant numbers in this case. Okay, let's go to another example, which is 10.000. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 zeros that comes after 1, which is also known as trailing zeros, and this has 5 significant numbers. Now let's move on to the cases where significant figures that does not apply. Okay, listen carefully. Any leading zeros before a non-zero digit are always not significant. Any leading zeros before a non-zero digit are always insignificant or not significant numbers, because 0075 is also the same as 75, and 00900 is also the same as 900. You get it what I mean? You get what I mean? So for example, if I say 098.75, it only has 4 significant numbers, because this is also same as 98.75. And next, trailing zeros are not significant when there is no decimal point involved. For example, if there's no decimal point involved, trailing zeros are not significant, are not always significant. For example, 9500 can be also expressed as 95. This has only, this number 9500 has only 2 significant numbers. Same goes to 8500, which only has 2 significant numbers, which are 8 and 5. the trailing zeros does not count because it does not have any decimal points. If I put a decimal point, 0.0, then this number 8500.0 has 5 significant numbers. Let's go through again. So the first rule is that any digit that is not 0 is always significant. Secondly, if 0 is in between two numbers, then it is significant. Thirdly, if there is decimal points, trailing zeros are significant. If there's no decimal point, trailing zeros are not significant. In either cases, in all cases, in every cases, leading zeros, the zeros that comes before a non-zero digit number, are always insignificant. All right. So these are the rules. So there's 5 rules. Okay. So let's move on to the next part, which is how to express your answer correctly. Your answer correctly in physics. Let's talk about multiplication and division. For example, when you have 2.400 divided by 1.2, obviously you know the answer is 2, but you have to express 2 in terms of in the correct number of significant numbers. So 2.400, this number, as how many significant numbers? 4, right? So this number has 4 significant numbers, and 1.2 has only 2 significant numbers. So when I express my answer, I have to express in the lowest amount of significant number that n multiplicand have. So in this case, the lowest number of significant number in my multiplicand is 1.2, which only has 2 significant numbers. So I have to express the answer in 2.0. 2.400 have 4 significant numbers, and 1.2 have 2 significant numbers. So I have to express my answer in the lowest number of significant numbers, which is 2. So the answer is 2.0. Now let's move on to multiplication. So if I have 1.200 multiplied by 3.000, which equals to, obviously we all know the answer is 3.6, but we have to know what is the correct number of significant numbers we have to express in. So 1.200 have 4 significant numbers, because the trailing zeros are also significant because they are after the decimal point, and 3.00 has also have 4 significant numbers, because the trailing zeros are significant because there is a decimal point. So 4 significant numbers in 1.200, and 3.00 also has 4 significant numbers. So there's no lower or higher number of significant numbers in this case. So I just have to express my answer in the 4 significant numbers, because I have no choice. So the answer will be 3.600. If I have 3 numbers, multiplied together. So if, for example, 1.2 multiplied by 1.200 multiplied by 3.00 equals to, so 1.2 have two significant numbers, 1.200 have four significant numbers, 3.00 have three significant numbers. So 2, 4, 3. So my lowest number of significant number is 1.2. So I have to express my answer in two significant numbers. So the answer will be 4.32, but I have to round off to two significant numbers because 1.2 has the lowest number of significant numbers. So the answer will be 4.3. If I'm talking about complicated, let's move on to the complicated example of this type of rule. For example, if I say 1.2 multiplied by 3.00, this whole thing divided by 2.4 equals to. Okay, so the first case, so the first thing you have to do is that just remember you have to apply these rules when you are getting nearer to the final answer. So 1.2 times 3.00, you all may say that I have to express this in the correct number of significant numbers. Yes, you are correct. So let's do it. So 1.2 times 3.00, 1.2 has two significant numbers and 3.00 has three significant numbers. So I have to express this in correct number of significant numbers. So the answer will be 3.6 and divided by 2.4, and in this case the answer is 1.5. So the rule applies to each and every multiplication and division. So for example, when you have a multiplication in a division equation, then you have to follow the rules accordingly. Now let's move on to addition and subtraction. For example, if I say 12.00 plus 14.00 is equals to, sorry, 14.000 is equals to, obviously the answer we all know is 26, but we have to express this in correct form. So when we are doing addition and subtraction, we always need to look at the number of decimal points. Only the decimal points affects our answers in addition and subtraction. So 12.00 have two decimal points and 40.000 have three decimal points. So I have to take the lowest decimal points. So 12.00 has only have two decimal points, so I have to express my answer in two decimal points. For example, if I have a subtraction, so let's say 14.500 minus 14.4. So we all know the answer is 0.1, but we have to express this in correct form, sorry. So 14.500 has three decimal points, while 14.4 has only one decimal point. So I have to express my answer in one decimal point because it's the lowest. It's the lower decimal point in this case. It's the lowest number of decimal point in this case. So the answer will be 0.1. I think this example will make you understand better. 16.00 minus 14 is equals to. So 16.00 minus 14. As you can see, for 16.00 have two decimal points. 14 have zero decimal points. There's no decimal points. So I have to express my answer in a way that it has zero decimal points. So the answer will be 2. So that's it. So let me wrap up this whole thing. When doing multiplication and division, take the smallest express your answers in the smallest number of significant numbers that is present in the one of the multiplicand. When doing subtraction and addition, express your answers in the lowest decimal points present in one of the numbers that you have used to subtract or add. Okay.